I'm joined here by the mother of Mayank Chakrabarty, India's latest Grandmaster, 94th GM, and the first GM from Northeast India, Mona Meeta. Hello.
Hello, Sagar. How you are doing?
I'm very good, Mona Meeta. Thank you for agreeing to do this interview. It's been very busy times for you guys. I see you are going to different places, so many interviews, so many things happening.
Yes, God has been kind to me.
How has it been? I saw this wonderful video of yours at the airport when Mayank was being received. You were in tears at that point. What happened at that point to you?
I mean, I was overwhelmed by this such a huge response of the people from the people of Assam, and actually, this was the moment I was awaiting, and I should thank the Almighty that God has given everything in a shower, everything in one shot.
Well, it looks like everything came in one shot, but the entire journey has been filled with so many interesting ups and downs, and so many different things happened. So I wanted to get your thoughts, and with this, maybe it's very useful for other parents, mothers, and they could actually learn a lot from your journey.
Yes, as usual, the journey started 10 years ago, almost a decade, when actually we got Mayank admitted in chess. That time, those thought of being a professional chess player or he'll ever become a national champion, become a GM, was not crossing our mind. As you know, that he was very cut type in his very mischievous child. But all my colleagues told me that they interacted with him because sometimes because of the we didn't have some people to take care of him. He was quite young, that 5 years, 6 years. I used to take him along with me to the hospital. What to do? I had to. I
You
was
you are a gynecologist.
Yes, I am a gynecologist, and I have worked with the government of Assam under National Health Mission for 14 and a half years.
Wow.
Then I worked in different hospitals, all both in rural and the urban district of Assam, starting from CSC to a medical college as a registrar. And then I had to take him along with me at times. And then he interacted with my colleagues. They are also doctors. I remember Lily Baido. She's an I Thank you, ma'am. She is an ENT specialist. She's Dr. Lily Foucault. And then she had an interaction with Mayank, and because there was an emergency case, and I had to go down. And then, as you know, he's very mischievous. So I had to tell, by the way, please take care of him for some minutes. I'll go attend the patient, and then I'll come back to the doctor's room. Then she interacted with Mayank, and she said that. Your child is very sharp, very intelligent. I've talked. I could understand, but a common console, that is which relates like a little bit mischievous. So why don't you get him admitted in chess? I said, chess? He doesn't sit for a moment. How will
Oh.
he? He's always moving from here and there. We didn't have maids. Our maids used to leave us because they used to get tired, both the parents getting tired, but he is never tired. He's always moving around, opening. For 1 second you leave him, and you are, I am taking rest. Both he'll open the fridge, take out the butter, and swim in the butter, put it in the floor, and then he's unable to get up. Every time he's getting up, he's slipping back, and
Oh.
then and he's doing it so silently. Also, there is no noise. Huh? So I we don't know what he's doing, but when he's quiet for another 5 minutes, the thing starts. Are, where is he? Koi awaaz nahi aa raha? Something is wrong. And then we go and see that he is getting up, full adha kg butter, and then he's again sleeping there. And then my whole floor is butter, butter.
Oh.
And so the maids don't stay; they run away because they are overworked. They say. And then I said that he never sits. Chess is something where you have to sit for long hours. Then Vaido said that both my children were played chess, and both of them are in IIT now. You can give a shot.
Wow.
Then I said, okay, that's a good idea. Then we got his admission done in Akshayam Academy, that is run by international arbiter. He is plus a very good chess player, Vishwadil Bharadwaj. That was his beginner
Mm.
academy. There he learned the ABC of chess. And then there were many incidents. He disturbs the player. The players are playing and he is under the table. Tick,
Really?
tick. Are Bapre. It took him so many actually years to. I remember his first tournament in downtown university, 2016 March. That was during the holy time, and 2016 March, and this is 2026 March. There is also a saying that will I'll tell you later, that when we first invited Grandmaster Saptarshi Roy Chaudhary to our house for just before under nine nationals that happened in Ranchi, then Saptarshi, as a mother, I asked him, "Koto din lagbe? I mean, how many years it will take to become a grandmaster?" Then he said, "For Mayank, it's 10 years."
Oh,
I said, 10 years, so many years. I thought it was very easy. Then he said, that is only for Mayank, I'm saying, not in general.
because
And
because in general it could be that people don't reach at all there.
yeah, then we met day before yesterday because when we were in Kolkata, it's mandatory. I have to thank his coaches. So I gave a call to Shaptarshi. Shaptarshi, can we meet somewhere? Then he said he was so kind of him that in spite of his busy schedule, he came to meet us at city center. And then he knows that Mayank is a foodie. Then he said, "Ki khabi?
What
What
will
would
you
you eat?"
eat? And what did you eat?
I those Starbucks. I'm not very. I don't know. Both of them. I something to drink, and he took. Mayank took a cake, a cheesecake. It seems
Wow.
sponsored by his his first GM coach.
So nice. If I'm not mistaken, and maybe correct me if I'm wrong, was it 2018 that I
Mm.
came to Assam with Amruta and we
Yes,
had this
yes, best.
session, chess-based
Mm.
session, and
Mm.
then w- you and Mayank were there, right? In the as one
Yes,
of
yes.
the, and then
Mm.
you had mentioned that if you have some time, do visit us, and maybe Mayank would love to learn more and so on. I do remember this now because for all these years it was
Mm.
not in my, like, I didn't connect that it was Mayank and it was you, and now I
Mm.
realized that actually you were always trying to look for opportunities. You are very active and kind of thinking like, oh, what are the possibilities here?
Actually, those days we did not know how to use ChessBase. You would laugh. I mean, now I can say that till Haryana under nine, first time in under nine second he became second. First time it happened in Haryana, and those were the days when I took a copy, and it was something like E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight C6. All these were written in those. And he used to. I mean, that was in 2017. ChessBase 17 was there, but we didn't get access. Means nobody, I mean, we didn't know how to utilize it. Sometimes I really repent, that I am very technologically blind person. Maybe if I would have been a better person technologically, it would have helped my son a bit more. But then gradually you came, ChessBase became popular, and then we met you, but then maybe there we didn't have one-to-one interaction that much. Yeah, very less. And then we started to understand that the importance of chess base. in a chess player's career. It's where everything is. The entire chess is there. You can do everything there, right from your home. And then many people helped us, like
Mm.
Ravi Nongsa. They were
Mm.
always there. Yes, I requested them to help. And then one of Mayank's friend, Abhinav Dubey, he's in IIT Delhi now. And their team has played, represented IIT Delhi. And maybe they have become the champion. And Abhinav was there. Abhinav was 3 4 years elder to Mayank and knows how to operate ChessBase and everything, how to save openings and all those. And Abhinav taught him. So
Okay.
all there are so many people to help, to thank.
Mm.
I mean, so many
It's a
people.
long journey and there are so many people who've contributed. But
Yes.
when you got to know that okay, Mayank is talented and you saw that he is interested in chess and that he's improving, when you took him to some tournaments, he started winning. What were the important things you think now that you did at that point, which actually were good decisions that you made?
Yeah, I made him play.
Mm.
Because since he was not sitting on the board, because unless you sit, you don't settle down, you don't become stable, your mind will move from here to there and you can't concentrate. So the main thing is that my purpose was कि खेल खेल के ही खिलाड़ी बनेगा तो उसको खेलने दो
Mm.
जितना हो सके. I made him travel all parts of India. Initially I hardly used to could accompany him, but then his father used to accompany him and we played many tournaments in New Delhi. Then there was those Ludlow Castle happening, Parshvanath and all those, Delhi, Bhopal. Then there were lots of GM tournaments also, Bhopal, then IIFL, Mayor Cup. All tournaments for next 2 years he played. So he developed that habit of sitting down and thinking. So sitting for long hours now, 5 hours game, this is actually what he likes now. And he himself says that I'll sit. I'll make sure that my opponent becomes tired, not me.
Did you choose these tournaments or were they like whatever were good ones you played? Like whatever came in the way.
Initially, when he was an unrated, then local tournaments like in Guwahati, whatever happened, then there was some one tournament in Hibohagar there in Assam only. Then somebody suggested Abhinav Dube's father, Rakesh ji. He suggested ki take him to Delhi, Parshvanath. First, that then it used to happen in Ludlow Castle.
Yes.
Uh, Take him there. So there we took him, and he got a first rating of 1102. 2017 January. Then those days rating used to start from 1000,
Mm.
and then from 1102 to 2508. It was
Yeah.
a long.
Amazing. And what about the coaches? Like, how did you? This is one of the biggest problems that chess parents face because, how do you know? You yourself don't know chess. You have to decide on the coach. Sometimes you get coaches who are very dedicated. Sometimes coaches are not working that well with your kids. You are spending a lot on coaching. It's not inexpensive. Can you take us through your journey of this chess coaching? Because I think at every level it would have been different.
Yes, initially we started from the academy, but then the academy was sometimes very far away from my place, and also since I was working then, so going and keeping my son and then waiting for 2 hours, then coming back would take a huge traffic jam and all. Those used to take time. Then we requested Rajiv Dhar to come and teach him in our home, and then he used to come for some days and he came and helped Mayank. And then slowly we realized that he needs some more technicality, a person who knows more into those things. And this is a continuing process. At every level, we have to search which is more appropriate. And that was the time when we requested Shaptarshi to come, and then he complied. And then that same year, he became under nine national
Mm.
second. Ilam Parthi was first. Then next, then he was that was his final under nine. Then under 11 happened. the very next year, 2019, he became under 11 national champion. That year, Ilam Parthi was second. He was the champion.
Oh,
And then, so in 10 years, he was under 11 national champion. But then COVID struck in 2020, 21. So we were all. But then those things, those days, something very good happened, you know. Those days, those commentaries happened. You created series of videos, and then what would a person do, a chess lover, where he has no exposure outside? So that was the time when we did not have any coach, but then did not matter.
mm,
He was getting chess lessons every time, and he we enjoyed those commentaries. Then those commentaries were most probably in Chess 24. So many tournaments, no, and we used to see top elite players coming playing. Tania used to comment it with Peter. Those were, I mean, that was almost like a chess lesson.
mm.
All variations were explained, and why these, why not this, what would happen. Those were almost like having free grandmaster classes.
Wow, that's so nice. That's amazing. And for you personally, your profession, how did you look at it? Because at some, like, you were really good at what you are doing, right? You were excelling at it, and then you see Mayank is also doing well. His dad was going to many events. How did you then, did you slow down in your profession?
Initially, I tried to balance because, see, my husband was had already left job to travel with him, and then I was the only bread earner properly, and then my profession is something which I am proud of, and I tried to balance. But in a government job, and especially in a subject like obstetrics and gynecology, which is always an emergency, and I was the only gynecologist in my hospital, and so getting taking so much of leave is not possible. uh, and so what could be done? But then gradually I realized that I need to prioritize. Mayank by 2023 already had one IM norm May, one IM norm, one GM norm. He was progressing very fast. By that time, he was already three times national champion,
Mm,
once in under 11, twice in under 17. And he was under school, national school silver medalist. Then again, that Rachi silver medal happened, Western Asian gold and bronze, Asian youth under 10 silver. By God's grace, we had many, he had many international medals also in his kitty. So those were the time I had to make one choice. And
mm,
you should have different choices. Na? Many choices were not available then.
mm. But isn't it tough for you, like, to make this call where you? I'm pretty sure that you had to perhaps not go to the hospital often. It must have impacted the work that you were doing. It all feels quite fine now that he's a GM. But did you have certain questions at that point?
Yes, I had to convince my mom, because just as I am mom to Mayank, my mother is mom to me.
Mm,
She said that why would you, मतलब इतना अच्छा talent है तुम एक doctor हो, why would you skip your job? I want to see my daughter shine
nice.
because she is my mom.
Mm,
It's not that she was not she is against chess or something like that, but she wanted me to balance both,
mm,
that you don't leave job, take your but then she doesn't know. I mean, she was not aware that chess is something that 3 months 4 months you're off it, you lose your form,
mm,
you lose your opportunities. So it's definitely that is any mother would think.
mm.
And then there's a financial point of view also, na, that
Yes,
uh,
this financial point of view, I wanted to come to it. Like, how tough is it to pursue a chess career, to reach the GM title? Not easy, yeah.
no, no. Initially, after you achieve something, you start getting help.
Mm,
But many players drop off in that pre-achievement era only, because just as God has been kind and everything by God's grace. Though I had problems, but then it came to me. If though slightly late, but it came to me. I am full of gratitude. I really feel that everything happened to me very, I don't know how to express, but then it happened.
Mm,
Suppose I was thinking that this tournament there, whom to approach, how to manage, but somehow things happened. It kept on happening,
mm,
and so I could continue. Otherwise, it's very difficult. I mean, now that after he became an IM, some people called us and helped us also, uh, like the E4 family. They are just like a family. They are doing great job, and so that happened after IM. But there were only few people in the pre-IM era whom I can rely also. Na? I just can't go. Some people told me, advised me that go for crowdfunding.
mm. I think
You
you also did that, right? Or
No, I
no?
never
You
did.
never did it. Mm,
I never did. Because I felt that people who align with my things, that cannot be so many people. I
mm.
mean, there are only few who understands it. And uh, crowdfunding is very good. I don't know, but I felt that no, I will try, and I will knock to those people whom I know they understand chess and they
Mm.
give importance to chess. That is what I felt.
And this is actually a role of a parent, right? Like, for example, when someone has to think that my child is talented, what are the things that I have to do as a parent? I can already sense that one thing you said was choose tournaments, make sure that they play. The second
Mm,
thing is that a good coach has to be found. The
mm.
third thing is that you have to find finances. It's actually not so simple. So
Yes.
the parent becomes like a manager.
Yes, she does. He does. I mean, you have to be. But then that everything happens step by step. Some of my parents, they have also told me that Monomita, your son would have become GM quite early. Your choice of tournaments were wrong. I said I agree. I totally agree. Suppose I made him after when he was 2478, he was playing a tournament where he is the top seed. And why? Because the prize when he was 1 lakh.
Mm.
After deduction of taxes, those days they used to deduct 30% tax. So we got 68,000. He lost 5 rating points. So 2478 and losing 5 rating points for 50, 60,000, you'll have to spend another 1 lakh to. But then that was the only option
Actually,
available.
you had taken, sometimes you were on loan. Yes, you were very close to not having
Yes,
enough funds. Could you tell us
yes.
like those difficult moments?
Loan means my mom. She she only, but then I always used to feel bad because see, I am a doctor and I should be helping my mom at this stage. On the contrary, I used to tell her, I may need it, I may need it. Then she was said, okay, go ahead. When should I transfer? Then I said, wait, hold on, let me see if I can manage. If I can't manage, then I'll come back to you. So I just have been telling you that God has been kind to me every time, like an angel, somebody came to rescue me. And then that extreme situation never happened. I neither had to take any sort of those educational loan or something like that. Maybe I had approached few people in my family, and they were ready. My mother only. Whom else would I ask for? But then my mom is a pensioner. I don't like to overburden her.
Mm.
I should be helping na, at this stage. And what am I doing asking from her?
Right. And what about being from Northeast India, like, Assam? Many people actually do not understand that it's not so easy. Yesterday, I was interviewing Mayank, and he told a bit about this fact that, one thing is the geographic location. So you have to always travel to Delhi. You
Yeah,
have to
all India.
spend for flight. You have to have that few hours where you are waiting for the flight. Tell us
Mm.
a bit more about this. And him becoming the first GM from North Indian. There have been so many good players over the years, but no one could actually break this barrier.
Yes, yes. Because lots of patience and lots of energy, I should say. You should have a energy of a marathon winner, it seems, no? Because you see, you have to. There are two layover always. First, I have to go to either Delhi, Mumbai. Usually Delhi and Mumbai, because we never, hardly once or twice, maybe for Sri Lanka and Singapore or some other countries we travel to China, Chennai. Most of them were from Delhi and Mumbai. So first, I had to take a domestic flight for both of us to and fro to Delhi or Mumbai, then I had to keep that buffer time also. Suppose the flight gets cancelled, then my international flight gets cancelled, right? I'm not able to pick up that one. And then I had to think so many things that if in between also I'll have to make sure that there are two, three flights. If something gets cancelled or I misses me missing very that would never happen because I would by God's grace always reach, but you never know what circumstances come. So you have to keep two three flights in between. Just suppose this goes wrong, I get to pick up the other two flights, and then there has to be a buffer time, enough
Mm,
buffer time. So it happened that many times the whole night we spend in Delhi airport, or the whole day we are in Delhi airport. The night, international flights are always early morning, midnight, those things happen. And then we had to take this, go to some in between, whichever flight time. If it's Qatar, then it's Doha. If it's Etihad, then it's Abu Dhabi. Everywhere, then there is another layover, then you have to spend that layover as well. Then
mm,
again, and we used to take cheap flights, and huge long layovers flights are slightly cheap na. You
mm,
quick flights, direct flights are costly. So it happened at time that by the time we reached the tournament place, we were both very exhausted,
mm.
and that matters the performance. No, it
True.
slowly this is also something I learned, in due time, that then I realized that some things cannot be compromised. One is the comfort of the player, and second is the nutrition and the health of the player. You cannot compromise. Hence, I started taking. We used to take apartments where I made sure that at least he get a homely food.
Mm.
He doesn't depend on all pizza and burgers and KFCs.
How has it been to work with Swayams?
Yes, yes,
Because
yes.
I think he's someone who has been rock solid. Mayank also spoke about him yesterday, that he's more than a coach for him. He's like a mentor to him.
Yeah, Vaik always says what difference between a coach and a mentor is. Swam Sirs is an upgraded version of coach. So I want to know. I asked him, what is the difference? What do you mean by upgraded version? Then what he says is Swam's teaching, and that he's a grandmaster, of course, of repute. So that part is already perfect. What he does extra, when you are upset, he motivates you.
Mm,
And as per your rating and your level of play, he also says that now you should go for an attacking thing.
mm.
Many things, Mayank.
So he understands Mayank
Yes,
very
yes.
well.
What I have seen, though I don't know so much of chess. Otherwise, since I am also a part of the journey, initially Mayank had become very reserved with his rating. Sort of, I'm losing rating, so he used to play very drawish.
Mm,
Uh, then, because he was scared of losing rating, and as you know, these days it's become so difficult because you don't get tournaments only. Na, where will you play? There's hardly you can count in hands the tournaments which these people 24-50 players should be playing. And then there are the invitational elite tournaments where there is no scope. I mean, no scope means 2400, 2450 other
cannot ask them.
else, if it is not from your own federation or the federation is not arranging it, no other federation will give a chance to the other federation player. Na? They are doing it for their own people.
Correct.
So those things you leave. Then these tournaments you have to perform well, else you're losing rating. Then if you become, this is an opportunity. That is what Swayams used to tell, that you have to play attacking because this is the time. What is the difference between you and how will you win with the other player? You have to make the things a bit complicated, or not complicated. Maybe I'm not finding the, it has to be a problem
Mm.
for him also to solve.
This he showed yesterday in his games. He showed like how he could make easy decisions, but he wanted to kind of complicate the games. And yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Hmm. Maybe slightly inferior position he
He would take
plays
up.
and takes, so that then there is something which can be done.
Correct.
Else, equal becomes a drawish, and sometimes draw cannot be avoided. You push, over push, and you lose, and then go on ratings. And then again, you are into that never ending stage of depression, and you never been able to come out of it. You start losing rating points. And after one time, when you lose lots of rating, that motivation also goes. Nah?
Mm.
Very few people have that motivation to spring back.
Right, right. And apart from Swayams, there's also the Westbridge Anand Chess Academy that came in, and recently Mayank began working with Boris Gelfand. How
Yes.
did this happen, and how was it like when you got to know that, oh, that he can get this opportunity?
Yes, I got a message from Aruna ma'am one day that she wants to talk to me, and then it was an absolute honor. Ma'am is I have met her in E4 get together, and then she expressed that and that is of course my honor and privilege. My got enrolled in Waka, and then Mayank had two classes with the Grandmaster Boris Gelfand, and of 2 hours duration, and classes were so nice because
Actually, Mayank
I
told me that he felt like he's now a top player because Boris Gelfand works with only strong players. So,
yeah, yeah. He actually this was the first time 1-to-1. ChessBase India help chess had also there was one camp in Singapore during the World Championship. Then we applied and Mayank was selected. There also he attended the camp. That was
hmm.
also a very high power camp.
This was during the World Championship.
Yes, yes. Gukesh became the
Yeah.
world champion. And then that was also a very good camp. But then 1-to-1 makes the difference
Hmm.
because then, in fact, I had a talk during those time. Vishy sir uh, asked him that what are your problems. Then Mayank said that I'm not been able to win with lower rates so confidently these days. I'm making lots of draw. Then Vishisa suggested, I would say you should examine, learn, and see the games, follow the games of Arjun Arigyasi because he
Oh.
is, yes, he is expert almost with winning with lower rated players.
Hmm.
And then it seems Mayank, I asked Mayank, what did you discuss the thing with Grandmaster Boris Gelfand that how should I get rid of my draws? Then he said yes. I said because I want to know because I want as a mother I also want to know what did Sir say
Right.
because even I want to know what is the solution. Then he said Sir said you continue playing
Hmm.
because when you continue playing there comes the difference between a lower rated and slightly higher rated because towards the end game there makes a lot of difference. Maybe he wanted to point out that,
Beautiful.
or maybe the energy that
Hmm.
also matters.
Amazing. And then you had sent me a message in which there was also uh, pro chess training, chola
Mhm.
chess,
Mhm.
and killer chess training that Mayank has worked with. So these are also the some of the places where Mayank has learned a few things.
Yes, yes. Chola chess when mine got enrolled, they gave that pro chess free.
Hmm.
It So this since they have recorded classes, no. So
Hmm.
even if you miss the live classes, which usually since we are traveling most of the time, then he can come back. Now
Hmm.
that he is free and he'll be here for all free, not next 15-20 days. So we'll go through. He will go through all the classes.
So actually, these sessions, and also when he was slightly weaker as a player, maybe when he was IM strength and so on, he was following killer chess training as well.
Yeah, those days, yes, but now only pro chess.
Right. Amazing. And then there is also these very interesting people that came into life. One is Mrutyunjay,
Yeah.
Jalan, there is Shrenik and Purva, and all
Mhm.
these people, Balwant, Jain,
Yes.
there is Nitin Narangji, the president of AICF. Um,
Yes.
I Kalyan sir, you've mentioned. So
Mhm.
very many interesting people who came in and supported.
Yes, yes. Mrityunjay has been supporting it right from the start. He is very keen in chess, especially Assam chess. And Shrenik and Purva, and they involve their friends also. You remember?
Yes.
Yes.
They had done a small
There was,
fundraiser there.
that they did
Yes.
though for Mayank,
Correct. In
but
the
thanks to
US.
Yes, yes. Thanks to all of them. They're all their friends. I may not know them personally, but then I thank all of them for whatever contribution, small, big, they had done for him. And then Kalyan sir, he's an IAS. He's with the government of
Oh.
Assam. His friend is Mr. Balwan Jain. So when we traveled to Singapore, he was about to come, but then he had a sudden trip to US. So we could not meet. We talked over phone, and then he contributed to help chess. Yes. Then comes Narangji. Narangji, my regards to you, because without your support, 1.5 year we traveled to almost all parts of most of the parts of Europe, and especially in Middle East. There Mayank played, and that experience really helped,
Mm.
because by that time he had played with almost all types of player, and all from all federations. That is that traveling for almost 18-20 tournaments, he will be able to tell me how in this 1.5 years after I am, how many tournaments, maybe 30 he has played. So uh, Narangji contributed, and he was there for some time, and my regards to him always, because had he not traveled so much and exposed to different type of players of all levels and all federations, this what result came today would not have been possible,
That's
because this
amazing.
doesn't come in a single time.
Mhm.
It's a process. It takes some time to come.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I saw yesterday when I was speaking with Mayank is his confidence. It's amazing. He's very, very focused that now I need to go and play with the strong opponents. I have to beat them. I have to become the world champion. This confidence is not so easy to see in all the youngsters out there.
See, strengths, though I am not any chess player, but I am not a title player, but what I've been following him, that the strength came quite some time. But what did not come was is that his fear for this rating deterioration, and how to play safe with this lower rated opponent so that I do not lose rating much. And then some sort of confidence may be missing, and maybe some sort of psychological issues were there, because there were many incidents where, almost like very recently in Muscat, that happened in January, his last round was he was almost winning. I mean, Mayank has not told you about that game, but Muscat was really a very, very nice tournament, because Blitz, he was clear champion with all wins
Yeah.
over those many Indian 2600. In the last round, he was playing top table, and he was almost winning with, again, Grandmaster Indian P. But then
Oh.
again, this is also Indian only. And then, Mayank says that I learn a lot from Indian P.
Mm.
I said, you don't take it that way, but because most both the games, you leave aside that one that played when he was very small in Guwahati, those things. Then he was very small. He was just 2000 written. After he became an IM, both the games he played with Enian he was winning, but he could not manage to win. First one he lost, that Abu Dhabi, and that Muscat he could not convert it to a win. So what there also he learned so much. He just says that later on I analyzed that that this is the difference between a grandmaster and a grandmaster mind, trying to be a strong player and a grandmaster, because he never lets it down.
Mm.
He fights till the end, and he's so calm and composed. Even that person, he has such a minus, because he's a grandmaster, he can evaluate the position on the board, but then he maintains. This is also something you learn from your opponents. And so I should also thank all Mayank's opponents.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
because with
it requires the right attitude to learn from your mistakes, because I have seen a lot of people when they lose, they do not take it as a learning experience. They just sort of get upset, they get angry, they are like, oh, I missed this move, I did not find. They don't go to the root of the issue.
but it was not Mayank. Always he says that this is the thing which I learned from him.
Hmm. So this attitude, do you think that can be developed, or that was there from Mayank in a young age? That this attitude when you lose, that you
Mhm.
take it as a learning experience and don't get so sad that you are not able to learn from it.
No, no, it was not present since young age. This also he learned over the year. I'm telling you that he has evolved not only as a strong player, as a mother. I've seen him evolve and become matured and
mm,
quite humble as a person. Because in Chola he met Indian, and Indian run to wish him that play good, bro. You will get it, and make sure he was the one who gave him advice that you just keep on fighting. You
mm,
forget what is happening. You forget the evaluation. Just give yourself, and you will win the game. So see, it's such an inspiration that your opponent, who he's just not an opponent, like a elder brother, he's guiding Mayank also in the Chola. Though that didn't happen. I mean, Chola was a very but a great experience playing the Chola GM round robin. It
right.
was very nice.
Wow, that's amazing. This, I think, this approach where yesterday Mayank told me that every failure has helped him to develop this GM mindset. That
Yes.
actually really blew my mind, and I think with this approach, it's very difficult to stop somebody because then you are all the time learning.
Yes, yes. He's full of praise for some players actually, and he always looks up to many Indian players, many players foreign, and that now that he tries to, he's a great fan. Other than all Indian players, Gukesh Pragnananda and this top shots.
Arjun.
He is also Arjun, yes. He's because he's been told to follow
Mm.
all the games, and he has made sure that he follows all the games of Arjun. And then he is a great fan of Rebnev Alexei also.
Oh. Because
Yes,
I believe he became the world junior champion, right? At some point where Mayank was playing.
yes,
Mm,
Mayank could not win that game. But he was the one who played the longest hour with him.
mm.
And then he was the champion in Askerman Masters also, if I'm not wrong. Mayank was playing there.
And I think you also, these players who are of his similar age in maybe countries like Kazakhstan, maybe Uzbekistan, all of these, I think you follow very closely and their
Yes.
trajectory of growth and so on.
Yes, because Mayank has been playing since very young age, so he's faced them, many of them in either Asian Youth or in World. All of them he has faced. So
Hmm.
that way also he knows from time to time he is participating these official events also, and otherwise also now in all those master tournaments and he get A group tournaments he gets to meet them also. Yes.
Amazing. Mayank spoke about the fact that he really enjoys traveling with you. And after talking to you, I understand that you understand chess quite deeply. Like, not in terms of moves, but in terms of players, what's happening, the tournaments, and everything. So, how do you maintain this balance where you're not overwhelming him? Because I know some players who become quite upset with their parents constantly interfering into their chess, but at the same time you are involved. So how do you maintain that?
Oh, Mayank is a foodie. He wants me to accompany so that he can order. Ye banao, wo banao. He is very smart. So he can order and he can, that is thing. When he travels with his father is like, bahar se leke aao, momo khalu. That sort of. But for me, he knows that I'll be cooking for him. That is one part. And other, it's not that I don't get upset. I also get upset. But then maybe then I, again, like a spring, I come back. What to do? This is something which I think I've learned over the time. I mean, I understand, but it's not that these parents, they always want good for their children. So sometimes maybe what we try to say good, it may have a negative influence on the
Right.
player as a whole. Because I always know that no player will lose out of happiness.
Mm,
Nobody will wants to lose, na? But it happens, na? So, and chess is such a complicated one move. Even that move in the order, if the order goes wrong, आगे पीछे एक move, the entire evaluation changes, na?
mm,
So many possibilities. What that is possible, na? So it's okay. They are human beings, na?
mm.
Else they would have been stockfish.
True, true. Do you outsource this job of telling how to improve at chess to the coaches and not get into it yourself, or you also try to help there?
I do not tell them how to improve. They will know better than me. But of course, if just say Swems used to give us some books that make sure those things are done, and those I made sure that those things I used to with him, and we used to do the positions together.
Mm,
I mean, the answers are given in the book. I just read.
mm. So you would actually do what the coach has told and
Yes,
help in that way.
yes, yes. They suggest books, no, and they make sure that you do this book, finish this, try to not finish. Swims never says that way. He is very liberal and very
Hmm.
nice person. He says, "Ma'am, make if possible, try to go through a few problems from these books." That is how he says. He
Amazing.
never. He is fantastic.
And now that Mayank is already a grandmaster and you have reached this stage right now, do you feel some kind of a thing that okay, now I need a break, or you're already started to think about the next steps that oh, this needs to be done now, this needs to be done. How are you looking at it?
I am no one to look whatever Mayank says, because now I have seen that he was so he hold himself not till 2500. He was like that. I could not make myself free unless I touch that 2500 rating, because this is, you will know better. This rating headache is what an headache. But now that he has touched 2500, and so now I feel he feels quite relieved and free. I,
Hmm.
he is now, I find him very, he has become very jovial also. I don't know how. I mean, he used to be, he never used to talk so much freely.
Yeah, his
Uh,
interviewing skills have improved so much. I told him like I'm very surprised because like few interviews that we tried to do with him, there would be multiple retakes. He was not so comfortable with the camera. And yesterday he was like joking and laughing and just enjoying himself.
it seems a great pressure has got off his head, you know.
Hmm.
I mean, now I realize these chess players, they play in tremendous pressure. Oh my God. Great salute to all the chess players, you know. I mean, what a pressure they play. Because now I'm seeing he has become so jovial. He's reaching out to people, talking so much. Today we went in an occasion, and everybody was so happy.
Hmm.
I mean, the entire situation lightened up. Everybody enjoyed his company. And that is what I enjoy, na, that my son is communicating with people, because there is a thing, na, that chess players are introvert, but now I realize that they are in so much of thoughts are moving around their head, it seems, all the time, na.
Chess is going on in their mind.
Anytime, how to improve, how to, what is the next tournament, maybe. I mean, they are doing great job, you know. I being a doctor, I'm saying chess players are great.
That's a great compliment to the chess players. Today, Mayank was called to open a football game. It seems he was given a jersey.
Yes, yes. He was invited as the guest of honor.
Wow.
Northeast United Football Club that represents the Northeast.
Mm, it's
It's
amazing.
owned by John Abraham.
And actually, he sent a message congratulating Mayank.
Yes, he was supposed to come, but then he got busy. I was told so that he is busy in a shooting. But what I suddenly saw, then they were playing this in the big TV in the stadium. They congratulated, and he's such a nice person. What
Hmm.
an aura he carries, and such a motivating speech. I mean, I'm so grateful to him.
Wow, that's amazing. In this entire journey, which has been filled with so many ups and downs, so much pressure, I feel like you've also made a lot of memories. This beautiful, met a lot of people, interacted with a lot of them. It has been quite an enriching journey for you as well. Would you say so?
Yes, yes, 10 years is no fun. So
Brilliant.
many parents I have met, you know. I
Hmm.
want to thank the parents as well, you know. As I've told you that me, I did not have any. My passport was also made in 2018 because then Mayank had to go and represent Sri Lanka in 2019. After he won national that under 9, he became one means second, became second. Then I was told ki abhi to you have to go in Asian and all those. So I made my passport.
And
So
since then, you might have visited like 20 countries or something?
yes, yes, 16
Wow,
to 17, and many countries, many times, like Budapest, UAE, Serbia,
several
yes,
times.
several times.
Wow.
Czech also twice, yes.
What do you see as the biggest hurdle now for the next milestone for Mayank?
He wants to play good tournaments, strong tournaments, face all the strong players. I mean, earlier he used to think that whether I'll be able to play or that the opponent will outplay me right from the opening and all. But now it seems he's so confident. I mean,
Mm,
maybe that pressure has gone off. Na? I think suddenly he has developed quite confidence that if I can, I'll be able to do it. And he's been delivering also. He's been able to handle those top shots also, either in blitz. Very recently he participated in rapid tournament that happened in Bangalore. There also he did quite well.
right, right. I think rapid and blitz have become as important as classical these days, right? Like it's
Yeah.
I think players take it seriously. Earlier they used to be like, okay, rapid and blitz, let's have some fun, but now it's quite serious.
Yes, because you see that I what I notice as I observe those games that it is always equal only till the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Then everything suddenly evaluation changes when then there is some time issues.
Hmm.
So this blitz and rapid is also becoming very important. I think you should focus on those also. I mean, intuition develops maybe uh, better when you play these tournaments.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Monomita, for spending this time, telling us so many things, so many interesting perspectives. As I always say, without dedicated parents, often it's very difficult for India to have grandmasters and strong players coming up. So, big thank you to you, to your husband, to Mayank's dad, to both of you for grooming him into such a wonderful talent that he has become.
Yes, thank you so much. I show his jersey
Yes.
because that is our Northeast United jersey, which was gifted to him today. If you can see, it reads well
Eh,
94.
yeah.
Yeah,
Grandmaster. Oh, 94 is written.
yeah. This is special. If you can see,
Yes.
Mayank,
Yes.
I will go a
Mayank is
bit.
written 94 and Grandmaster.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
And this is our club.
I
So
think
this is so
Mayank will
special.
wear it in some tournament perhaps.
Yes, yes, this is so special. I'm so thankful. I mean, it's what a privilege, and I'm so grateful to the committee and the organizing team of Northeast United. And it goes also with the motto because India, Mayank is the first grandmaster from Assam and Northeast, and the club also represents Northeast United
Mm.
Football Club.
Yeah,
Thank
I think Mayank is someone who's opened new doors of chess for all the players in Northeast, and I'm sure that many more grandmasters will follow
Yeah,
from what
should
he
be,
has done.
should be, should be. Yes.
Brilliant. Thank you, Monomita, for your time.
Thank you, Sagar, for your time.